Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 7, Day 3. So today, of course, with the rest of the 7th Guild War, we have very broken matchmaking. I assume this will be fixed by next Guild War, hopefully. But, yeah, this is our second day in a row. We're up against a 0-person guild. I'm not sure if at least the final battle will have something, but we are still going to be doing something PvP challenging related, if nothing else. And that is, since we have to go run the 1-hour booster today for the thing, which I actually overshot a little bit on, I figured we go for a leaderboard. Since either this week or next week we need to go dump all of our medals. So we're probably going to go for second or first place. Not sure if we're going to push all the way to first. I think title says first, but we're definitely getting bare minimum second. But, yeah, we might push for first, too. I think we have enough medals and everything that we can go and just do it. So, because there's not really much of a point in spreading it between this week and next week. So we'll probably just up it all this week and just make sure we claim that first to get the extra 20 then is probably going to be the game plan. So we'll do that with the 1-hour booster, spend most of it on PvP, just trying to farm the VP up and everything. Might even use the VP token just to expedite it even more. And, yeah, we'll go from there. But first things first, let's go start with the Guild Wars. That is going to be a little anticlimactic, unfortunately, because, yeah, we're up against a 0-person guild, and based on the fact that there's 20 wins on the first battle and 20 wins on the last battle, makes me assume there's no one defending it similar to yesterday. But, hey, at least we'll claim our very, very, very free win, that is for sure. But, I guess that's the only upside. As much as I look forward to these, it's like a challenging thing. I don't mind the free reward. We'll take it. We'll take it. Blue and red. We don't have access to either, so we'll just get Grey King rolling, and ideally do it on blue or red, just so we get full mana on there, and then we can just wipe out the rest with the bat then, and we're good to go. Which pretty much our plan every single time is just cast bat into win. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello Bill. Hello Jets. Hello Ron. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend so far. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we end up going here. It doesn't even matter if we try maximizing points, because I'll still do it just for the sake of it. But I don't think we're going to lose against 0. Unless there's some kind of mega glitch or something. But it should be impossible to lose to 0 score, I would assume. So it really doesn't matter where we end up going. We can theoretically even do the first battle 5 times. Though they're all the same difficulty, so might as well just go for the correct path. And I assume similar to yesterday, there's going to be no one on the final battle, which is kind of sad. I do like the challenge of Guild Wars, but over the course of this Guild War alone, for every single free win we get, we're going to be getting, it's 80 per day. So that is basically 3 deed books, 3.5 deed books for doing, like, auto win battles. That is not that bad at all, since we're getting 320 gold marks by the end of it all. Which I guess is a little over 3, not necessarily 3.5. It's almost 3.5. Pretty close. I shouldn't take that purple first in case I had alignment for the bat, because we're still 1 mana short, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's take the little bit of mana and kill it out with that. Hello, Chad! Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me guess, no one defending final battle? Oh no, someone is defending final battle. Except their stats are so low that's not going to matter. Oh no, never mind, Giant Sentinel. Never mind, it's not someone. I saw the mythic there and the other thing. It's like, wait, did they actually make a real team? No. You can tell because of the Frozen Sentinel, or the Giant Sentinel. Any team that has that is definitely one of the, also, you can kind of tell by no hero as well. But there we go. Nice. Alright, well, obviously we won. And if we claim yesterday's thing, that should be our 80 gold marks, as well as a few other knick-knack loot. Of course, we'll also very easily have the shiny tomorrow, to be able to have the maximize effect for it. On its second perk, end up getting bleed. And of course, by the time it's fully maxed, we'll have 2 lower mana costs, bringing it down to 13, which will end up unlocking tomorrow. Anyways, let's go clear out dailies, and then I think we're just going PvP Central. We're just spamming PvP into PvP into PvP until we go, basically just do our whole hour booster there. Might do a little bit of it on Explorer, but I'm pretty sure we're going almost all PvP to try to get rank 1 and secure that for the 120 gold marks. Which means between rank 1 PvP, and not even counting like the dailies that you also get gold marks on, but just rank 1 PvP and Guild War this week, we would have gotten over 400, or, you know, 4 deed books basically, which is not bad at all. I think that's the most we would have ever gotten in 1 week, since we'd have diamond rank, rank 1, and winning all 4 Guild War days. That assumes we win tomorrow. We could be up against a real team tomorrow, in which case, hopefully we still win. Storms come. Yeah, there's been a lot of storms lately. We got a lot of rain the other week. when there was that one storm coming up. Like, I couldn't even take out the trash for about a day and a half. Because some of the drainage isn't the best in this area. And there was just like one gigantic puddle, like right down where you would end up stepping. And it didn't dry up until at least like almost 2 days later. Alright, nothing we need to do with the campaign. Obviously that's already been finished. What I'm trying to get to is the journey event, or is the guild done with journey event? Yeah, I would say pretty much yes. I think we're good to go to not do our battles here. By the time we play tomorrow, it should be done. We'll spend our time in PvP then. If they still need help, we'll do all of our battles tomorrow. I have a feeling by the time we get on tomorrow, it'll already be done. Dungeon battles, we'll do these in case we get lucky. Top 3, top 3, top 3, come on. Boo, Death Trap. Unfortunate. Boo, Stun Trap and Death Trap. Oh, that's not good. Because now we lose all of our mana accumulation initially, and you can't even use the cleanse metals to bypass it because stun also works against it. So as long as we don't get Deathmark killed here, we should be okay. The problem is if Deathmark just decides to randomly kill us. That is not good. Ooh, we didn't get full mana there. A little unfortunate. As long as we don't die to Deathmark, it doesn't really matter too much though. Nice, he killed himself off his Skull Reflect. Doesn't really matter after the big damage we do afterwards though. Yeah, it is still hurricane season and everything. We're almost out of it though. And then we get into snow season. Luckily this area almost never gets snow. Hey, there we go. Is there anything else we have to do here other than Underspire? I'll take this one room, but I think I'll save the rest of the battles for tomorrow. And just wrap up Underspire tomorrow then. But since we left it on a cliffhanger of this one room, I'll do this one right now. But all the rest of the battles we'll just save for tomorrow so we can maximize doing PvP today for the 1 hour. And try to get our rank 1. Come on. Nah, only 5 rubies. But yeah, we'll do the rest of the dead ends and everything and find wherever that boss room is, which I guess has to be over there at this point. We'll do the rest of the dead ends and that tomorrow, which actually, wait, can we do it today? Never mind. Let's just do it now. We already have enough. Never mind. Scratch that plan. We're doing it now. I didn't realize we only have like 3 rooms left. We're not even going to need tomorrow's battles. Never mind, never mind. We're doing it today. We got to do like 2 battles, 3 battles, however much this path needs, and we're done. Is this, actually, I can tell you exactly how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to do 2 more battles. One of them is this one, and then the boss room, and then that should be all of them. Because I don't think there's any more dead end rooms left. I'll go double check after we go take out the boss. But I believe we have depleted every last dead end room there. I mean, not really going to have enough battles to reach anything else with the free battles. Oh, did I miscount? This is primary path, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, never mind. I meant 2 more normal battles and then that. But yeah, this should be a normal battle, and then the next battle should be the boss room then. Oh, wait, I do that. I could have converted it. No! Could have gotten it on turn 1 instead of turn 2. Yep, and there's the boss room, of course. Just take it for a normal battle, save our lanterns for something better. As the first good lantern reward is until floor 4 boss. 4, 6, and 7 are the main ones. 7 being, of course, the final battle that you get the Pet Orb and Dragonite from. But 4 and 6 are the big 2 because the Glory and Gold Orbs. But yeah, that's it. Let me just double check. I think that is every dead end room. We have completed Underspire, or at least the free battles for Underspire. Oh, no, wait. There's one more path. I guess we'll finish that tomorrow then. We'll finish the final path tomorrow and get whatever those dead ends are. Hopefully we'll get something good. Never mind. Because that's going to be like 5, 6, 7-ish that we'll need. So the rest of the torches coming in tomorrow, we'll be able to cover that. Perfect. Okay. So we do have a little bit of Underspire to do tomorrow, but all the important stuff is done. Beyond that, nothing here. No vault keys to go open. All that completed. Yeah, I think we're all in on PvP now. Unless we want to go run a quick delve. I guess I will. Completed delve. Delve is Underworld. I guess we'll do it on any locations that's kind of already pre-started. Not pre-started. Come on, I have to have one of these pre-started already. pre-started, but not that deep. Where's the boss room for this place? 5, 6. It's on the top row. Oh no, I guess we could do this one. It's only 3 battles still. Oh, we end up losing one of our guys though. I don't know, we'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? But yeah, we'll do this real quick and then reset it for later time. Also, I believe we could use Catherics in this location. I should probably replace it out because a lot of these teams were made before that guy came into the game. And he's really solid for just auto-winning these battles. Or not Catherics. What's his name? Maelstrom Dagannoth, I meant to say. Maelstrom Dagannoth is really good for Underworld if you ever have access to using him. And I believe this is a location where you can. Which is a lot of these teams that we have here were made before he came into the game. Earlier this year. Sunglasses is something I haven't worn in a super long time. I need to get like some kind of frame for these glasses so I can have like sunglasses over top of them. Because having to wear separate sunglasses and these at the same time gets very clunky. That's something else I haven't done in a while. Even though I'm so close to the beach, I haven't been to the beach in such a absurdly long time. I just kind of lived near beaches pretty much my entire life, so I don't know, they don't really excite me the same way it might to like other people. Because every place I've ever lived has been within like an hour or less of the beach. With where I currently live being literal minutes. Alright, final battle. Should be able to clear this out. The first one might die, but as long as the third, or our third troop survives, the second Catherics, we should be fine. As long as one of them stands. Nothing we can do with a vertical there. We're just going to Leprechaun and hope we get a good cascade. Start killing out the biggest threats. Oh, he has stealthy. Never mind. Don't kill out the biggest threat. Scratch that plan. Plan B is just get as much mana back as we can. Start rolling from there. I could try for yellow cascade. And then we just keep killing things since we can't really target anything. We're basically forced to have to hit that one. Take our extra turn yellow, and that should be everything we need to win. Kill the legend first, and then kill the mana drain guy. You do mana drain, right? That's one of the reasons I want to kill him. Yeah, well, it's only 4 mana, though. It's still annoying, but, you can get that back in, like, a turn. Alright, there we go. Easy as that. And get a nice upgraded one. And as I mentioned earlier, let me go replace the first Catherics with Maelstrom Dagannoth. Oh, you can't use Maelstrom Dagannoth here. Right? Dago... Yeah, you can't use Maelstrom Dagannoth here. It's yellow-purple. Maelstrom Dagannoth is what? Brown-blue something? I forget. But yeah, apparently it can't be used in this restriction. So yeah, double the Catherics is actually fine then. That's fine. So you want to go like Iron Gut into something or something similar. And then we have our chest ready to go for next time. Alright, good to go. Nothing else we needed there. That's the XP booster unlocked. Speaking of which, I think it's time to go run the 1-hour boost. So we'll go run that and we'll hand out the code like sometime in between. I don't think there's anything else we need to finish, right? Dungeons completed, Underspare completed, Vault Keys completed, Dailies completed, after we just did that, Campaign completed, Event is pretty much completed, Guild will get it done by tomorrow, and if not, we'll do our battles then. Guild Wars completed, though very anticlimactic. And, yeah, that seems to be everything. Okay, let's go get rank 1 PvP. First things first, I guess we just dumped a bunch of points. I think we dumped the points first, and then go do all of our battles. And, see where we are. Because I'm probably just max dumping this week and then figure out what we do for next time. Unless I can get there naturally. Let me see. How far are we going to get? Oh, yeah. Let's go open our 3 deed books as well. Hello. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Let's see what we got here. Blue. Brown. Come on. The second we need yellow and purple, we never get any. Right, there we go. And a red. You live like actually on the beach? I've never been that close on the beach. Like, I've lived in, like, very, very close proximity. Like, jump off roof, you're basically on beach. But I've never lived, like, on the beach before. Let's see. All right, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. Oh, yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's go to PvP. Let's go see how many points we could end up using there. Which is right over here. So how much do I need again? I needed 50,000. We're currently at like 8,000 after I claimed the 5,000. I mean, after I claimed the 1,000, I mean. So we're at like 8-ish thousand right now, which means I can claim, honestly, just claiming all these gold should get us there pretty much. And then maybe we can save some for next week. I'm going to claim them one at a time just out of concern that the other thing doesn't track them correctly. So even this takes a little bit longer. We're going to claim them multiple separate times. Actually, maybe if I go back to this menu. Because the PvP, not the PvP goals, but I feel like the PvP season doesn't get tracked correctly whenever you end up doing that. So we're at 91,000 right now. What does the other one say? PvP season. No, not that one. The other one. PvP shop. Yeah, look at that. There's already a separation. Maybe if I just claim them once at a time and then go out of the menu. Does anyone know how to bypass this to like make it work properly? What if I do it one at a time and then check it? Yeah, it moved up by 5,000. Do you just have to do it one at a time or something? Is that the trick? Because I do want that number moving up. The number is pretty important to also move up, so we can get the extra rewards from that, even if it takes a little bit longer. Okay, it moved up again. Okay, I think that might be the trick. You might have to go back like after every single one, which is kind of annoying, but as long as it makes it work. Because when I was claiming multiple like that, it seems like it wasn't adding to the number. But if we do it this way, it definitely seems like it is adding to the number. Something hopefully they'll fix in the future. But let's go claim all of our other rewards from this, and now we're at 42,000. And the rest we could pretty much just grind, because what do we have left? Then we could also throw the other tokens if we need. Yeah, we only need 7,000 more. 1 hour of it should be able to take that. Especially if we use the VP booster thingies. If we need to tomorrow, we can just dump the rest of our tokens if we need to go claim first out of it. Plus we get the extra 1,000 from claiming this for the 1 hour booster. Alright, before we do that, let's go claim our, where is it? PvP goal, no, not PvP goals. Where's the other one? The PvP season. I want to go claim all these loots. So we have an EXP booster here, so I guess I only use 3 of them then. As well as all these other things, so we can go throw down a little bit of burning marks. We got a little bit of upgrade for him. Not all the points counted, but it seems like most of it did. So we'll get like maybe 1 less reward here, unfortunately, since it didn't count the other little gold mark thingies. We'll claim all this. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go. Oh, we also got an extra soul booster. I'm not going to bother using that, though. We don't really need souls. Soul's kind of dead currency this late in the game. Well, we will utilize the XP booster by only using 3 here, instead of having to use the 4th. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now, of course, we end up using the other thing. Go to buffs. Not that one. Go to PvP goals. Claim this. It gives us an extra 1,000 and all that. And that gives us the golden soul booster. And I think we're good to go. And before we go do that, let's quickly open 4 of these. We got 10 of a relatively average one, 20 of a weak one, nothing, and even more nothing. Unfortunate. Not the luckiest of rolls there. But anyways, let's go do it now. We got 1 hour to go grind all PvP. First things first, let's go get our spell reduction, and then we'll go and clear out all the other battles we need to go do. Which should be 2 locations where we need to go claim gold marks from. The central area, that should be pretty quick to go get our 6 battles in for the other system. And then we just spam, I guess the central? Or maybe I'll go for one of the double ones. I'm not sure yet. But we'll spam 1 location, just start grinding VP up then. I might just do central just so it's a little bit more chill, rather than the 50% extra stat locations. I don't know, maybe we'll do one of the other locations. Let's see what we have available this week. We'll spend most of that booster just grinding PvP then. And we should be able to get rank 1 during this stream then, or at least for our current bracket. Which is all we really need. I don't really pay attention to the other leaderboard ever. Because some people go like crazy high. Like I'm pretty sure someone's already at like 500,000 if not more. Maybe even 1 million. We'll go check after this. I almost never check the global leaderboard for PvP. Who knows, maybe we can make the lower end of it. I forget what we even get in the current state of the game. I know there's one point in the game where it was kind of worth it back when Arcanes first came into the game. Because they were really scarce and getting a ton of those with those other token thingies were kind of nice. It's also the best way to get legendary and mythic ingots before before the Underspire end up coming into the game, or the Underworld I mean, where you just get drowned in them. But these days I kind of forget what reward you even really get. I know whatever it is, it's not that relevant. Like making top 100 is almost no reward at all relative to how much time it takes to get it. I was going to say, it's not going to die. Oh, no, it does. Okay. So it does get hit by the skull damage first. Nice, nice. Let me go check. What is a ladder on? Global leaderboard. Yep, highest is basically 500,000, as I mentioned. The lower end is, yeah, also way too high. There's no way I'm getting 100,000. I only need like 50, 60,000. No way we would double that even further. Alright, first things first. Let's go take Central, because this sets up our free battle for tomorrow to go get the gold marks from. It's the same team we were just using anyways. And then we'll go take our gold marks from yesterday, from the one win we ended up doing. That activated the other two locations. And then after that, we'll just basically spam the same location over and over again. Either Central, or one that has 50% extra, or just some other location that seems easy. Like maybe a blue or yellow category or something, where we could still run this whole same team, but the enemies we're up against are a little bit weaker. So I might try going for a yellow restriction, because a lot of people will use a similar team to this, which means the first slot is going to be Prismatic Orb, and their second slot's going to be Diamantina. So the team is actually going to be really easy to defeat compared to some that get used in Central. There's a lot wider variety. So if there's like a yellow restriction this week, I should probably go there, because that'll probably be the best one, because some people use like double Tesla and stuff that can kind of still kill you on blue. Same as like double Beatrix, which can kind of go crazy sometimes. Or even triple Talk Shaka. Although I guess you'll still see triple Talk Shaka on yellow though. So we want to maximize how much we see Prismatic Orb and Diamantina. Or, you know, see like this combo. Because it gets replaced with something really weak. Oh, 3 HP. 1 HP. What are you doing? It's just ever so barely hanging on. Yeah, halfway through the booster, I guess we'll hand out the code for today. As I mentioned earlier in the week, not this Monday, but the following Monday, we'll have the Halloween pet. Which is the Monday before Halloween. As well as the same week we're getting the Wednesday in-game Halloween pet for the year. So not this Monday, but the following Monday will be the Halloween pet code. I'm still not sure which pet it is, but it's one of the old ones. Did you hand a code out last night? I think I did, didn't I? I believe I did. I did a little bit later in the stream, but I'm pretty sure I did. And tonight we will, once we're like halfway done with the PvP grind. Because we're not stopping till we get rank 1, or until the booster is done. Whichever one happens later. We either want to complete both, the hour booster and the rank 1. Alright, the only thing left that we have to do that's not just going to be all the standard stuff is we got to go to 2 location and kill a bunch of things. I believe it was Mystic plus whatever the one in bottom right was. So let's do Mystic first because we already made the team for it. And I think the other one was Orc or Daemon or something. We'll do that one after this one. Whatever the other category is, I think we need to go make a team for it. But this one, of course, we already have made from yesterday. Yellow to green. It doesn't really do that much. We'll still do it, though. It gives enough mana to justify using it. At this point, we'll just get the Beatrix spam kill. Oh, not enough. Unfortunate. Nothing a little bit extra mana won't fix. And the reason I did it in that order is if there was like a revive or something, Beatrix would have been able to clean it up. Whereas the other one might not have had as much damage to do so with. Because even though this has a high concentration on the first enemy and then a little bit less for the other ones, there's still a lot of situations where you're actually going to have more damage with Beatrix due to how low the other dragon hits every other enemy. Whereas the last slot still had 100 HP, Beatrix can still kind of kill it pretty well. Whereas this thing is pretty low on every other enemy. It's only that first enemy that it really hits hard. Alright, 3 more here, and then we need to go do 5 at the other. And then we can just farm whatever location seems the most enticing. Which at this point might just be Central. Central or Pure Color. I don't think I'm going to take a 50% today. Mostly because we're under the effect of 1 billion boosters, and I don't believe that 50% affects the gold or anything. I believe it only affects, what you call it? Like the amount of VP you earn. Which is something we're going for, but it's not the only thing we're going for. Obviously, we still want to use the gold and EXP booster and everything. And the problem with that is we'd be winning at a slower rate. whenever we do the battles with 50% extra. So it's just not going to be worth it. Ooh, 5 HP survived, not ideal. Is yesterday's code still good? I would assume not after this much time. I'm not sure how many people really claim them or how many claims each code has these days on either parameter. Oh, so speaking of Halloween events earlier, both of the main games I play right now actually have a Halloween event on Monday. Obviously, Gems of War is starting their Halloween event because we're getting the this battle over here, or this event thing. You can see it right here. That's starting in one day, 6 hours. But Brighter Shores is also getting it, so sometime midday Monday we'll probably do a stream for that too. And I just saw what a couple of the cosmetics look like for making the thumbnail for the video or for the stream. And some of them look really, really, really good. I'm actually kind of surprised compared to the current art style of the game. Not sure if the new hire end up doing it or something. But they are really solid. Alright, what are we doing? We did that, we did that. Oh yeah, PvP. Let's go back. I was just doing the one category. Now I need to go do the other. Which is, I believe, Monster. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. I don't feel like Monster has a particularly quick option. Oh yeah, we got this new guy. Oh yeah, we could just do this guy with Weaver, that's fine. Do we have any Empower to go with that? Team's pretty much good to go, so... Ah, it's Skull Empower, that's unfortunate. Honestly, I might as well just use the Grimoire thing just for double brown creation. Like, that's one nice thing about this. Even if you're not using him for his ability, he gets to create 2 curse gems every single turn. So he kind of establishes your, curse and, dispel. So you don't necessarily need to run mech class for other stuff on your team. Though I'm probably still going to. Let's see. Actually, Geomancer would be a little bit more of a route here, I think. Just because it's a bit tankier and I don't need that dispel because of the Gormangander. And then we just go, like, obviously Wanda Stars or something. And we should be good to go. As long as Wanda Stars doesn't miss, we should be fine. And of course, with the extra brown creation, we just go a double brown banner here. Off of the Keyzeal banner right there, and we should be good to go. Alright. And of course with Geomancer, every time we take a brown, we get Barrier. And still have 50% mana start, so we're not really blocking, and we get to get the wand right off the ground immediately. Off the 2 brown we create, get everything to full mana, wipe everything, and rinse and repeat. And after he does his cast, Weaver cleans up whatever's left. That gives us the mana to finish them off if they're not already dead. And rinse and repeat that until we get all 5 battles down, we should be good to go. And after that, we'll go farm either Central or one of the inner ring ones. What do we need here? We'll take brown just because we have so much extra mana towards it. Even though it'll give us a few less opportunities the following turn. Oh, so you just convert to red, right? Oh no, he actually does get to create a red gem. Okay, that's not bad. I thought it was a converter red into a red. But no, he actually gets to create value. We haven't been able to utilize it much, but he is creating value per turn. And that should be a wipe. And if not, Weaver would have finished whatever was left. And if not that, then Weaver would have given us a bunch of mana accumulation, so we could finish whatever's left. Let's see, is this the same team? Yep, same team. Oh, that's really funny. Yep, that is the meta. So they're using Elementalist. We're using Geomancer for the quicker Wanda Stars off the bat, just so we can get the team rolling immediately. But otherwise, it's basically a mirror match. Oh, a little unlucky there. I'm gonna have to bring him into kill range with this, and then use Weaver. A little unlucky there. Also, funny seeing that thing getting webbed, because normally it has immune with Impervious, but because the curse gems from the Gormagander or whatever that thing is called, we can end up doing it that way. Also, I just realized, isn't Gormagander still pay to win? I don't think this guy's came in the game free to play yet. Oh no, has anyone gotten him from the Glory Gem Guild or VIP just drop table yet? I'm actually not sure if he's even available and free to play yet. Because that was like, what, 1 or 2 seasons ago? I think it was 2 seasons ago. No, it was 1 season ago, but yeah, I don't think he's in drop table yet. I'm using the pay to win guy. Oh no. Oh no, we have access to him, might as well use him. He's not giving us that much value, we're just using him for his 2 brown creation. But I think he's still money locked at the moment, if you don't currently have him. I don't think there's been an available time to get him for free yet. There will be soon, just not yet. And once he is available, you can start running 2 or 3 of them. Something that's currently impossible because you can't own more than 1 at the moment. But once you can start running 2 or 3, that's going to be pretty nice too. Because in categories like this where you don't have as much mana accumulation, it might be worthwhile to replace the Arachnean Weaver with a second Gormagander to feed Brown into Weapon and Immortal Agrok, or whatever you have as an option. Is feeding more Brown mana into your setup might be more value than using a Weaver. And there we go. Alright, we got 46 minutes left. I guess we go grind yellow or blue. I think I'm doing yellow. I don't want to have to deal with 50% extra stats. So I think this is a grind yellow angle. Just because the battles here should, on average, be a bit easier than Central. So, let's keep taking them out. We could even take the higher battles, too. Might end up going down that route. Oh, yeah, Chrysanthemax doesn't get replaced. I was thinking of Stellarix. I forgot about that. Oh, that might be a little bit annoying. But we can always use Takshaka to finish off at the end. But I might even start using some of those VP metal thingies. Just so we really secure the rank 1. Something I haven't really used in a while. Definitely considering it. Alright, we'll do one of those, do it again. The only problem is these battles are really tanky, and we can actually lose them since we don't have as many ways to deal with Weaver. I almost want to throw a Dispel here. We're using Mech, right? Oh, we're not using Mech right now. I'm using Archmagus, so I should probably go change that. We'd get a lot more value from using Mech here. Because one single extra turn just kind of auto wins for us. I'm going to go for this and then go into another cast, and we should be good to go. Start taking out the bigger threats. He's using that one pure yellow weapon, and with where we have that one slated, it's such a kind of annoying. We could actually lose this battle. Alright, that should be enough to go do this. Hope we get an extra turn off of it, otherwise we might have a sketchy situation. Worst comes to worst, we can win with just Takshaka spam. So he's starting to break through quite a bit. Oh no, he's actually going to kill them. Yeah, we might have to go for weakest battle. Though Mech would have definitely made us win that battle there. If we had Mech instead. So let's switch back over to Mech. Because we really don't need Archmagus. It's only for when we're up against weaker battles. I do kind of want to take some of the stronger ones right now. Oh, he is supposed to be in chess? Okay, so he just hasn't been targetable yet. So he is in chess, but he hasn't had a good opportunity to get him. Because he hasn't rotated in Soulforge or in Event Keys yet. So he's in drop table, but he hasn't been easily accessible yet. Because that's why I wasn't sure on if he wasn't in any drop table at all yet or not. But he is, but he just hasn't been targetable since his release. And by that I mean either Event Key or Soulforge. He's not been in either since coming out. But he is in drop table. He's just, you have to compete with like every other mythic in the game, so the chance of getting specifically him is very, very, very low. I know, isn't even worth doing this highest battle. I just realized this middle one. Oh no, I'm looking at trophies. No, that's VP. Like this middle one here is giving us like just as much. And you know what? Let's go use the VP medal as well. Or is that overkill? How much VP do we have right now? Like, what kind of gap are we trying to close in the next 40 minutes? I don't know. We use the VP medals just in case, I guess. It's something I haven't used in a while, but since we actually care about leaderboard for once, let me go activate the VP medal, which you do on, not the screen, the other screen. I need to go one screen back and then activate it. Because I believe once we activate it, it stays on until you deactivate it. So we don't have to manually do it every time, luckily. Something I haven't used in a very, very, very long time. But of course, you do earn that double VP token thing, like pretty much every day. And I've just been hoarding them, not consuming any in like almost half a year at this point. It's been a very long time. Yeah, on this screen, you can add any of these talismans. You get a lot of Swift and double VP ones. So we'll set a double VP. You can even use both at once if you want to. Not going to, though. Just clicking it again, remove it. It does. Okay, just double checking. But yeah, we'll do the double VP one. And once we set it, we shouldn't have to keep resetting it, which is nice. And yeah, we'll take the harder battle here. Mostly because of Prismatic Orb and everything. We'll just keep taking the highest 2 or whatever one seems most enticing for overall points relative to how quickly we can take it. Just keep clearing these quickly then. And every time we win, we'll get double the amount of points then. Also getting all the double gold, double souls, double EXP. Double everything, basically. Does not stack with the blood effect. Well, it does stack, but it stacks additively, not multiplicitly. Like, the blood effect, I believe, gives you, like, what, 50% more points? But this doesn't double that 50% extra points. They stack together, but doing this doesn't double it. So in theory, you're getting the same amount of VP value from doing it on a normal battle as you are from doing it on the blood battles. So due to the higher win rate, it's normally better to not do it on a blood battle. Unless you're really confident you can just destroy the blood battles there. Ooh, 2 different annoying Takshaka teams. Luckily this one is Prismatic Orb, so we should be good. Anytime we can find a team with Prismatic Orb that's high, we probably want to be taking it. As there isn't really much they could do to us. So the first slot Takshaka is kind of interesting to make it so you get a little bit more value there. And if he's still alive at the end, we can just kill him with Takshaka. Shouldn't be that big a deal. Or a Random Skull will do it. That'll be perfectly fine as well. Good job, Random Skull. This middle battle is a 50, so I'm going to take it. Whenever we see a 50 in middle, we're just going to take it immediately. As all those extra less stats that they're going to have should make it quite a bit substantially easier. We'll kill them quicker. The team will probably be slightly worse. Not always, though. In about 10 minutes, we'll go hand out the code then. And the plan is to keep going until we get both rank 1 and the boosters are finished. Which at this point, I think we'll get rank 1 before the booster is finished, oddly enough. Since we're using the double tokens. Unless we start losing some battles, which is definitely possible. I would sure hope not. But we are going to be taking almost the hardest battle every time, so our chance of losing is definitely increased compared to normal. Also, Assassin hero class, that's something you don't see that often. It's a really fun hero class. It's a really luck-based hero class. It just has a billion luck-based mechanics on it. Between skull dodge, insta-kill when getting it, insta-kill, and a bunch of other stuff like that. It's way too inconsistent to really ever use, and you should only really be using it in first slot if you are going to be using it. Really weird to see it in last slot like that, or, you know, third slot. Because normally if you're going Archer hero class or Assassin hero class due to their really high skull value, you tend to put them in first so they can actually pressure with it. Maybe second at the absolute furthest back. But it's very weird to ever see one in third or fourth. Because they lose almost all their value in those locations compared to further up. Because how are you not dead yet? Luckily with a double hit, his barrier will not be able to save him. As of course Takshaka's double hit, double concentrates on whatever's left. I wonder if they're ever going to make Chrysathanax not count in PvP. It's really weird that Stellarix doesn't count, but Chrysathanax does. I mean the other way around. Or Chrysathanax doesn't count, but Stellarix does as far as being replaced. Because Chrysathanax is definitely stronger than Stellarix in most situations, not all. The only thing Stellarix really has going for it comparatively is its tankiness. It's really tanky compared to Chrysathanax. As it's basically a tank troop that has just absurd damage. Whereas Chrysathanax basically just goes all min-max into damage. With almost no defense at all. Other than a little bit of spell reduction. 25% is not a particularly high amount. Ooh, all low battles. That's unfortunate. There's only bad things with using these tokens. Sometimes it just gives you all bad battles. Not really anything you do about that. Other than I guess spend a gem to reroll, but it's not really worth it. Wait, how did I not kill? Did I not get a single skull? There we go, finally. Oh, we got some vicious Takshakas. Oh no! The cursed weapon with triple Takshaka. I think goes crazy as well. Because we're both pure yellow team. So it ends up getting so much value. You get basically infinite in that situation. When there's 8 yellows in play. Because that's what, 16 gems per cast? Like obviously that's not guaranteed extra turn, but your chance of extra turning with that is absurdly high. I will hand out the code as soon as we're halfway through the booster, which I think we are after this battle or two. And then we'll spend the rest of the half of the other booster until we end up getting there. Which we should be able to finish slightly before the booster, but obviously we'll finish it out. The soul part of it I won't, but the rest of it I will. Let's see. Oh, we're almost there. How are we doing on ladder? We are 3,200 points short. Well, let's keep going. Should be able to get that pretty soon. And if we fall behind by tomorrow, we'll just throw a couple of tokens. Because we'll probably focus on Explore 12 tomorrow rather than PvP. And that's where we're like really behind for rank 1 or something if they shoot up like 20, 30,000 or something. But assuming they stay mostly where they are and just pass us by a few thousand, we'll probably just pass them with those little metal thingies. Since I want to dump most of them this week rather than next week. As a lot of people are probably going to dump them next week, forgetting to have done it on a previous week. As next week is the final week, you can still claim them for full value this season. As aside from the Halloween event, next week is also the final week of the current PvP season. So if you want to get full value from those medallion things, whatever they're called. There's bronze, silver, and gold things that give you VP. If you still want to claim them for 100% points, this week and next week are the last 2 weeks for it. If you want to claim them for partial value in the next season, which I personally don't feel like is that worth it. Compared to claiming for full now or next week. So what's this thing spell reduction? Oh yeah, 55%. Just like all the other cosmic dragons. Yeah, it's the main benefit Stellarix has, as we were mentioning earlier. 55% spell reduction is not a small amount. 30% skull into 55% spell is really high. Not the highest in the game, but relative to how good its ability is, it's really, really, really high. Because most things that are tanky mythics tend to have absurdly bad abilities, which almost negates even putting them onto a team. But Stellarix has the tankiness and the really strong ability to go with it. Like nearly as strong as Flower Dragon, but with super high tankiness. So I'm curious if they're going to do the inverse of that for next dragon set. Like give them 25% spell reduction. But instead of giving them a really high spell reduction, like basically still give them basic spell reduction. But do an inverse of how the celestial dragons are. Where they get really, really high skull reduction, but a small amount of spell reduction. Where celestial dragons are really high spell reduction with a low skull reduction. Because that would make them a lot more viable in first slot. Like if they all got gold armor for, what is that, 60, 70, 80% reduction? I forget what it was. But give them somewhere around like, or ice armor. But I guess that wouldn't work for all the elements. But if they give us something like 60 to 80% score reduction with like a 25% spell reduction, and then whatever their final trait does. Basically like the inverse stankiness of what Stellarix has. I don't think we know anything about the next set of dragons. I don't even think they're in the files yet. And if they are, we probably don't know any particular info on them yet. Though if they are in the files, that probably means next year we're getting them. Because I've been trying to do them about every year. They haven't been perfectly consistent. I think the Flower Dragons took about a year and a half. But based on when they released last, late next year is probably when we'd see the next set. As we got Flower Dragons, of course, early this year. Which also means all the Flower Dragons would be in drop table by then as well. They already should be by about March or so of next year. Obviously, you can still get them now from the eggs, but when I say in drop table, I mean like in targetable rotation in Soulforge, where you could just outright guarantee buy it for with your Dragonite. And if they keep with the themes of the other ones, it might actually be really good value to target them, in the sense that they would actually be pretty cheap. Because when they did them, the Gem Dragons and the Celestial Dragons actually cost the exact same amount to target. So if they did the same for Flower Dragon, that's actually a huge discount. Because of course the Gem Dragons were 500 each, the Celestials were 550 each, these were 600 each. However, the other two are the exact same price to buy targeted wise. So if they do that again for Flower, that's quite a bit of a discount. Like it's even better value then. We don't know if that's what they're going to do or not, but if it is, then it is 100% worth, if you don't have them by then, to target both the 5th and the 6th one. Normally the 6th one is always worth it. 5th one's kind of questionable if it is or isn't, depending on preference of not having to deal with the RNG or not. But if they are discounted as much as the other two are, you know, the same cost as them for targeting them, then the 5th copy would also be perfectly fine to go for with them. So any newer player, anyone who still doesn't have them by now, would definitely target down the last two with Dragonite then, without having to worry about the wide drop table. A few dozen more battles and we should be rank 1. Let's go hand out the code soon too. I said I would do it about the half-hour mark of the booster. I think we're there right now. We'll go double check after this battle. Oh, this is that one annoying Submerge battle. Luckily, compared to before, I have Dispel. So it should be pretty free now, since one single extra turn just gets rid of everything. If you're ever wondering why I'm randomly running mech so much, that's normally why. It's the deal with teams like this one. While also having 50% mana start on hero. Even if there's not a single other mech on our team. Yep, we're at the half mark. It doesn't look like it because that one is different. Yeah, we're at the half mark. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the code. Oh yeah, I don't have my code section open. 1 second. And then we'll go finish the rest of the grind until we're rank 1. And even then, we'll still finish out the other half-hour booster. We've gotten a code. There you guys go. There's a redeem code used on gemsofwar.com beneath the game code section. Your invite code is in the settings menu, and redeem code's right over there in chat. Enjoy, everyone. And same loot as always, true treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. How are we doing on ladder? We need 1,000 more points. We're almost there. 1,500. And I'll still keep using the booster just so we can get even more out of it, though. Just in case they do more tomorrow, just so we have a lead. And I'll keep an eye out at around reset time before the video tomorrow as well. So that we can get the, make sure we get first place. For the extra 20 gold marks. Not too big a deal, but, you know, if we're already grinding for it, might as well. Plus, I'm normally up around that time anyways to go start recording the video. Or at least setting up the video as far as teams and everything. If I actually record or not tends to be how awake I am. There's a lot of nights where I'll make the teams around like 3:30 a.m. or so. But then by the time it hits like 4, almost around the time I would start recording or so, it's like, oh, I'm too tired for this. I'll just do it in the morning. Or after lunch. That has happened so many times. Where I'll make the teams before I go to bed. But then don't bother recording it until I wake up just because I'm too tired to bother recording it. There's only a really bad thing about Gems of War reset time. Depending on daylight saving time, it's either at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning. But 3 a.m., like right now, being the most annoying time for it. Because it's too late to stay late up for, but it's also too early to wake up for. It's no weird in-between. Whereas 2 o'clock, it's like a little bit more reasonable to stay up towards, or you know, until. But 3 o'clock is just in a really weird time frame. In like the dead center of the night. That's hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. Have you tried Legends EA yet? Ooh, what do we... actually, we can stick... Oh, no, I can't because we lost our Desubmerger. He ended up dying. We're playing it right now? Nice. We're currently grinding for the rank 1 PvP. Or at least for our bracket, of course. Obviously not overall. We're only going to be like 10 times short for the overall rank 1. Oh, that one mana drain there is kind of vicious. I'm actually loose to that now. Oh no, we're still fine. Oh, hello, Jesse! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, any small mana drain is really annoying. Even if it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. It is enough to have to reset needing to get mana again. It's a mechanic I'm surprised they haven't used a bit more. They've done it some with like that one mythic that explodes that mana drain gem every single turn while also creating it. But I'm surprised they haven't added more mechanics that are like really small, annoying mana drain. Because it's a ridiculously small, it's a ridiculously strong mechanic. But there are very few things that viably do the mechanic. Scion used to be really popular for it back in the day, back when it was like the only option to do that mechanic. Nowadays we have those double hitting weapons, we have the books, we have a couple troops like that one explodey guy that creates 2 of them every single turn. Of the one blue mana drain gem. But of viable options, we only have about a dozen things that have that mechanic in the current state of the game. It's not a lot compared to there being like, what, 1,700 troops or something? Actually, what is that number these days? That must be really high, whatever that number is. Let's see, how many are there in the current state of the game? Well, there's about a dozen, but how many is that relative to the total? Yeah, there's almost 1,700, as I mentioned. And I think tops, there's like 20 troops that do that mechanic. Counting weapons. That's even counting weapons, too. Because that's 12 of those are weapons. So there's like 20 total options, more than half of which are a weapon. And that's it. So not counting weapons, I think there's like less than 10 troops in the whole game that have a viable way of doing it. Scion, that one explodey troop, Raven troop that does the 2 every single turn. A couple like small middle mana drains, those are some utility troops, and is that about it? It's not a long list. Silence is also a pretty underutilized mechanic. That's ridiculously strong. They did it a bit when the game first started, but then basically never added another silence option ever again. Mostly because it was really, really, really broken for some amount of time. And then they nerfed it into the ground. Mostly the troops that end up doing it, like Silent One and stuff like that. But then after that, they never really added more troops with the silence mechanic. There's still no silence on extra turn, even though they were considering it a couple months ago. Which would have been a really broken troop, because it would have had silence and an extra ability at 100% chance. But they nerfed it into the ground before it actually released. But we haven't gotten a new proper silence option, I think in like 5, 6, 7 years or something. Like something absurd. They're just kind of scared to add something for it because it could become really, really, really broken and really annoying to deal with. If there was any that you would have to put a % chance on, it'd probably be that. Like a 25% chance of silence per extra turn or something. Like, that's one of the few where I could see that actually being justified. Most of the things that have a current % chance of doing something like that are just really underwhelming. But silence is one of those mechanics where it might be actually worthwhile. even with that low of a percent chance. How was the day? Day went pretty well. I don't feel like I've gotten that much done today, though. At least compared to yesterday. Got really good sleep, though. Oh, I might actually lose this battle. Hey, how's our booster going? We got 21 minutes left, and we are officially rank 1. I'm still going to keep using the booster, though. Also, did they just go for, like, the weakest of weakest battle? How is there such a big disparity here? Oh, I guess it was because of the medals, duh. I forgot. I was going to say, how is the number difference that big? But yeah, duh, we threw down, like, 30,000 points worth of medals. That would probably make the difference. By a lot. As like half our score just medals alone. Those little talisman thingies. Or, you know, plus the talismans that we're using, I mean. But I forgot how quickly some of these battles still die down. I normally take the first battle just so they'd be easier. But honestly, a lot of these final battles are just as easy as long as you don't get caught out by a super strong option like that weapon that's in first slot there. I'd be sure trying though. As long as we get extra turn here, we should be okay. Yeah, it's fine, we won. Oh, unless he goes crazy right here. Oh no, he's about to go crazy. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, his gem spam creation's gonna go down a bit now. Let me get rid of his mana accumulator. Let me get rid of his other thing. Well, a little more mana. No, we're a little short. Let me get rid of those yellows. We could die here. Oh, we got silence on it too, but that's fine. Alright, that should be match. I just need a little bit more mana. Ideally off a yellow so he doesn't go do anything too crazy. There we go. Oh, I already had mana. There we go. Mana's match. Yeah, that weapon's a little scary, especially with that silence on it. Can really set you back a lot. As it has a guarantee silence the first slot every cast. With our hero dead, we won't have any way to deal with it. So I think we're officially above 50,000 now as well. Something we haven't done in a very long time. Oh wait, my boosters are almost done. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the 15 minutes. I thought that thing had a half an hour extra. But yeah, we're already above 50,000, nice. Main reason I'm still pushing is because, obviously they're going to go up. Like, they're not just going to stay exactly at whatever number they're at. So I'm hoping tomorrow night we could just throw, like, a few of those little talisman thingies at it and we'll be good to go. Just so we can focus on Explore 12 or whatever else we want to finish up tomorrow night. Which at this point, I don't think there's really any weekly we need to finish. Just like, what, 2 dead ends rooms we need to go get an Underspire. Beyond that, just dailies. Because every weekly's completed. That and Guild Wars, of course, but if we get another easy guild, it's just going to be 5 really quick battles. I'm hoping we do get a real guild tomorrow, though. Hopefully we don't lose to them, but come on, we need some kind of challenge. So far, out of 3 guilds, we've only seen 1 person in the guild. Yesterday's battle and this battle today were 0 guild members, or, you know, 0 people guilds. But ideally that matchmaking system will be fixed by next Guild War, or at least would assume so. We'll find out when it's not in a month from now. Unless they delay next Guild War to go fix it. Which wouldn't be the first time. Nor the last. I don't think there's been any buggier game mode than Guild Wars ever in the history of the game. It has always had some kind of problems with the leaderboard or something else not functioning correctly, leading to a cascade of other problems. Like, no other game mode in the game has come even close to how problematic Guild Wars has been from a stability standpoint. Feels like every year there's at least one issue with it in every iteration that has ever existed. And of course, 2 years we didn't even have Guild Wars because they had to fix the previous system of Guild Wars to match the new guild PvP system. At least those 2 years there was no problems with it. Because it didn't exist. So there was no problems to have with it. I would love to have a turn, thank you. Wait, that's a lot of submerge. Oh, but I think we lose this battle. No! We got Flower Dragoned. That's the only problem with first slot hero in a team like this. If hero dies, a lot of our utility dies. Like almost all of our utility. So if we don't already have every cast to go in, it could be a little problematic. Especially if they're hit by frozen and other similar mechanics. Oh, is that a double Stellarix team? Because he had Diamantina. So unless it's a Stellarix Diamantina team, he ran double Diamantina? Or double Stellarix, I mean. Yeah, that could definitely happen sometimes, the inverse infinite loop. I'm still really curious to see what that mechanic that they're going to be adding, probably with 9.0, though not confirmed yet for 9.0. That seems like it's going to be like a really big extra turn mechanic, as well as bringing in some other metas that used to exist in the past, being a little bit more viable. My only concern with it is whatever the system's going to be, they're going to paywall it a little bit too heavily. Well, you'll be able to earn progress on it, but it might cost a lot of money to, you know, earn progress quicker. That's my only really big concern with it. But otherwise, it seems like whatever it's going to turn out to be will probably be a nice system to switch up the meta a bit. And then maybe finally end the reign of extra turn spamming teams. Where it'll still be a thing, but not something you would run for every game mode necessarily. Particularly for PvP. Yeah, my biggest concern with it is they paywall it like crazy. Well, you'll make some progress, but you'll have to spend like literal years to be able to get as much progress as someone who dumps like several $100s at it. These likely won't affect most of the game, but it would really heavily affect PvP. And potentially Guild Wars if it works in Guild Wars. It probably works everywhere, but for everywhere else it shouldn't make as big of an impact. Azeloki Kolia, question. Do the monolith buffs from PvP apply to Guild Wars? No. They did for the very first Guild Wars, but that was a glitch that they fixed afterwards. But every Guild War from the second one onwards didn't have it. The first Guild War did, but it was a glitch that it was working for it. But no, they don't apply to Guild Wars anymore. As they were never intended to. How much time do we have left in the buff? 9 minutes to go. And how far are we ahead? Solid 4,000. We'll be like 6,000, 7,000 up by the end, it looks like. Somewhere around there. Not too bad. Gives a little wiggle room. At this rate, we might hit the actual leaderboard. I think we needed like 110, 120,000 for actual top 100. We're definitely not going for it, though. The only reason I would even consider it is if the person below me moves up like 50,000 tomorrow or something. I highly doubt that, though. And even then, it's probably not worth the time for what we'd get in return. Because that means we'd have to do like 3 to 4 hours of PvP tomorrow. If they magically move up by like 50,000. And by magically, I mean with those metal thingies. Or just it playing. Obviously, you could easily do that in several hours as well. But, you know, if they spike up within a single hour, you know for sure it's been the metals. Or the icons, whatever they're called. I keep calling them like something different every time. Or whatever those icons are, the bronze, silver, gold ones from PvP. Well, the gold ones in particular are being insane because they give 5,000 each. That's a lot. Like, depending on how efficiently or inefficiently you're doing PvP, that's almost an hour's worth of PvP. But they can get a bit over 10,000 an hour. So 5,000 is pretty solid. It's at least like almost a half an hour of PvP per gold medal or per gold icon. That reminds me, how close are we getting to 150,000? One of the reasons I was doing this push is so that we can have 150,000 to go buy the Glory Troop. This ends up saving you, nice, we only need 1,000 more. We'll easily get that next week. Potentially this week at the rate we're going. But, that's good. Because, of course, the thing we'd want to buy that with that is the Raquiel. He's pretty useless, but getting him makes it so you save 800 diamonds in the future. As, the way that those PvP troops work is they're only ever available for that PvP shop, and then after the PvP shop, when they do rotate around, they're only in Soulforge. It seems like they're never coming to Glory Gem Guild or VIP chest drop table, based on what they've said. Which means diamonds is the only way to get them after the fact. So if you can get them during the PvP season, you save 800 diamonds on them. Don't ever get the other one, though. You're basically wasting 25 deep books. But the Glory one, or, you know, the one that uses the silver marks, is super worth. As it saves 800 diamonds per copy that you get. Because there's nothing else to dump silver marks in, so they're the main thing you dump them into. And if it's one that's worth having multiple, then you save, you know, if you get two, you save 1,600 diamonds in the future. Which definitely starts to add up. It's 100% worth doing if you're bothering with PvP. Like, obviously you're not earning diamonds directly from it, but it's effectively diamond savings. As far as future diamonds that you would have to spend. So if you're anywhere close to hitting 150,000 by the end of next week, it's definitely advised to do so and get one copy of the legendary. And only a legendary, don't do the other one. Don't ever buy the gold mark one. I'm not sure why they made it so expensive. Even if it only costs 800 gold marks, it would still be too expensive. But it costs 2,500, which is insane. Even at 500, I feel like it would still be too expensive. Though maybe not. Some people could definitely justify it 4,000 diamonds instead of 5 deep books. I think that's like the sweet spot for it. Like if they made it like 500 or 600 gold marks. Anything higher than that, which is 2,500 currently. But anything higher than that, just a bit too much. Relative to what the alternative could be. I guess the other benefit is you do get the access to the troop early. But they have yet to do a single mythic there that would even justify remotely having it early. I was like, can this thing stop reviving? It has a 20% chance. It's done it like 4 times now. I don't think I've ever seen this thing revive so many times in a row. There we go. Normally you see that with Inferno King because it's 25%, but you almost never see the 20% one go crazy. It's amazing how big of a difference 5% makes. I guess also because Inferno King has been in the game longer, so we've had more opportunities to see it revive a billion times. I think like the longest Inferno King chain I've ever seen was like over a dozen. Like legitimately over a dozen. Like a double-digit number. Whereas the highest I've ever seen, that one flower dragon thing, or that one, whatever you call it, the Strix dragon thing that spams yellow. I think the highest I've ever seen is like 4 revives in a row. And I think that was just a triple right there that we just saw. Not quite the highest, but it's getting there. But the thing has also only been in the game for like 4 years compared to Inferno King, which has been in the game for almost a decade now, I think. Like 9 or 10 years. Like more than double the time. Actually, didn't Inferno King release with Bladed Lands? I think it did. See, it's been in the game for, yeah, I think almost 10 years then. Like 9.5, 10 years. Because I'm pretty sure the Kingdom released with Inferno King. And that was around like the 20th Kingdom to come into the game. Like low 20 something. Hello? There we go. That was weird. Hey, how much booster do we have left? We have 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Because that, there we go. Yeah, 2.5. Let's keep going. That's enough for like 4 more battles or so. And then tomorrow, we'll just do the cleanup on everything. See if we have a good Guild War battle or if it's just going to be a very easy wipe. And just clean up whatever other weeklies we still have going wrong. And of course, go over all the stuff happening next week, because we actually have a lot of things going on next week. The most notable two being Vault Event Weekend and the start of the Halloween event. But there's still a lot of other Halloween stuff happening the following week between the pet and everything else. But it starts being able to get the troop, the armor, you know, all of the other stuff that you would normally get from it. We'll go over that in tomorrow night's stream and of course the Monday video. We probably won't have the troop until the following Monday video when we hand out the Halloween pet though. Because normally I let it buy in naturally, so normally we don't have it by like the 3rd or 4th day. It's not really worth spending the extra gems to get it early, when you're already going to have enough just from spending 50 gems a day to get them all by the end of it all. How are you still not dead? Alright, 2 more battles. What do we have here? We'll take this one. I'll take whatever the highest one is. See if we actually get a challenge for the final fight. Yeah, even though we don't have challenging Guild War battles, at least we got a decent PvP grind in for once. Something we almost never do these days. Actually, I can't remember the last time I've gotten rank 1 in Diamond. It has been a very, very long time. Because normally what I do is I D-rank down to Ruby and then get rank 1. Which is a lot easier to do because they only do like 20, 30,000 to get rank 1. But this is the first time in, gosh, at least half a year, if not longer, that we'd bother getting rank 1 in Diamond, which of course is the highest category. Of course, some weeks it's easier than others, depending on what you have in your bracket. Also, that 15-minute soul booster that we have from claiming the other thing, I'm not going to bother with right now. I just really don't need souls, so spending 15 minutes soul farming just really is not worth it. If it was a gold or EXP booster, I'd probably still keep going. But mega not worth just for souls. We have more souls than we ever know what to do with. Whereas gold and EXP we still need. Speaking of which, we're almost level 1998. By the 10-year anniversary, I want to go get, 11-year anniversary, which is midway through next month. I want to try having level 2000. We might even be able to finish it during the Vault Event Weekend. Because Vault Event Weekend is, as I mentioned, next week. So next week, of course, we have the Halloween event starting on Monday. Oh yeah, you know what else is really relevant about this week? It's Silverglade, which normally wouldn't be like super mega relevant, but if we go check a little bit further down, Silverglade is the Guild Wars, assuming it doesn't get delayed. But assuming it doesn't get delayed, it is the restriction for next Guild Wars. So if you currently don't have a good Silverglade team, you can event key for it during next week, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but 2 days from now, Monday. But you can event for it next week and get all the troops you need to go do the Guild War on that second week then. So make sure to do that if you don't currently have a good Silverglade setup, as this will be the last good time you'll have to go target them down via specifically event keys. And if you don't have any event keys, it's Vault Event Weekend next week as well. So you can just farm them during Vault Event and then dump them down before the end of the week to go do Silverglade. One of the few times where opening your Vault keys before the end of the week might be worth it if you don't have the event keys, as you can open all your Vault keys, get your event keys from that, and then open during Silverglade before the week ends. And of course the start of the Halloween event. But anyways, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll be back tomorrow, and yeah, we'll reclaim rank 1 if we lose it by then. We'll clean up all the other things. We'll do Guild Wars if there's a Guild War to do. Obviously, we'll do it regardless, but you know what I mean. We might have just a free auto 5 win. But hopefully we'll have a real Guild War day for once, unlike the other 3 days. Or at least somewhat more of a challenge, like on the first day where there was actually some teams. Even though they were kind of weak, there was actually team set. Whereas the last 2 days have literally been 0 people kingdoms. So hopefully we'll have at least some real battles for tomorrow. And for Guild Wars, and we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.